Meanwhile, we're reflecting on a big win for Fulham. Their first victory at Manchester United by 2-1 for the first time in 21 years. Let's have a look then at the way that they won it. Deep into injury time, Alex Iwobi, who spurned a couple of chances in the first half, popped up with the winner.
It's all about Traore. We were screaming when the second half, when he came on, be direct, run, use your pace. He does that. He's so direct. No one can stick with him. But he had a couple of good chances in the first half, Iwobi, but it's a really, really good finish. Clever. Everyone thinks he's going to bend it into that far corner. He doesn't. He reverses it into the near post. And it's a really good finish, Karen.
It is counter-attack. Man United were really pushing for the win themselves, and it was a massive sucker punch. But at the end of the day, Iwobi tidy finish, and I think they thoroughly deserved it, to be honest. But you said you were literally screaming, give it to Traore, just run, look at the space in behind. Brilliant in the end, brilliant finish as well. You're right, because the goalkeeper thought he was going to go the other way, and you see this angle now, just slots it near post, and there's nothing he can do about it.
What doesn't help is Diallo and Dallow's defending. Because they go so far past the ball, he's got the whole goal to aim for. If they just hold their position, then maybe he can only go to the goalkeeper's left. But the fact they both go flying past the ball, it gives him the whole goal, and it's a really, really tidy finish.
How richly deserved was that win for Fulham?
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the first half they had so many chances and just didn't have their shooting boots on. And in the second half, they definitely deserved it.
Yeah, let's have a look at the first goal. I mean, all these goals, of course, came in the second half after a pretty dominant first half performance from the visitors. And it was Calvin Bassey that initially gave Fulham the lead.
Yeah, and Kaz, you spoke about this one, about the mismatch between the defender and the attacker.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time in the first half, set pieces, the markers, like you said, were not right. And Eriksen came on at this point, and then he's obviously going to mark Bassey, but he's blocked there by Tosin. He doesn't really do anything about it. Then it's an easy one there. The contact there on the volley is difficult, but there's absolute no question about his finish. But I kept saying to you, didn't I? There's something about the set pieces. The markers aren't quite right. Something's telling me something's going to happen, and obviously it did in the end. So I'm looking at the set piece specialist here, but well worked, and he was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, great goal. But as you said, Eriksen, there's no reaction there. Once he gets blocked, he's not trying to get back to Bassey. He almost just stands there. But when it drops to Calvin Bassey, really good finish.
Yeah, 89 minutes on the clock, of course, and then Harry Maguire gave Manchester United a late lifeline. And in fact, with 9 minutes on the clock, of course, in injury time, there was a chance perhaps for United to even grab a winner. But let's have a look at the goalkeeper from Bernd Leno. Does he help himself here?
Not really. I mean, again, he parried it out and he had a number in his second half where he didn't quite hold it. He parried it a lot. But Maguire does what you should do. I mean, it's a bit of an instinct if you're an attacker. He follows it in and puts it in the net, and it's a really, really tidy finish from him.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I think Maguire made it all happen himself in that instance. But yeah, we're disappointing there from the goalkeeper. But credit to Maguire for tapping it in and trying at that moment to get him back in the game.
Historic win for Fulham. First time in 21 years. They come away from Old Trafford with all 3 points. The man that made it possible, Alex Iwobi, who joins us now at Old Trafford. Alex, many congratulations. What a terrific performance from Fulham.
Yeah, thank you. It was a tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game at Old Trafford, but like you said, to break that record, no better feeling.
Yeah, it's only a second away win of the season since the opening day. I mean, what made it possible today?
We just knew that we had to be brave. We had to trust in ourselves, trust in our ability, and we were able to hurt them. We created so many opportunities, and it's all about taking them. And luckily, at the end, I was able to take man to get the winner.
Yeah, Adama Traore, of course, showed his impact coming off the bench. We always know what he can do. It's obviously because of injuries. We've never seen him, I suppose, fulfil his potential so far for Fulham.
Yeah, I mean, he's such an exciting player. And when you have such a player like him, you just have to feed him the ball and he can take us up the pitch. I mean, he was doing it a number of times, so it's only about to happen that we're able to create a chance and get a goal. And yeah, he's a great player to have, especially the impact he has to come on and drive the ball. So it's something we need. We need every player. He didn't start, but he came on, and the mentality he has is great for the team.
Alex, you had a couple of chances yourself in that first half, which you didn't quite take. But then second half, when that one came to you, you kept your composure. Is that belief that you're showing yourself?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first two I took in the first half weren't the greatest, but I always knew the players we have, I was able to get another chance. And when I got the opportunity, it was all about, like you said, staying composed. And I was able to do so just then and give the keeper the eyes.
Alex, I was just about to ask about your finish. Did you know about the goalkeeper that might be a weakness and go near post? And or you say you gave him the eyes?
Yeah, I feel like I was able to see where he was when I took my first touch, and I knew that he might have thought that I was going to wrap it far post, but I was able to slot it near post and he didn't see it coming. So luckily for me, he went in.
What does that result do to the Fulham dressing room now, Alex? And what would constitute a good season from here on in?
Yeah, I mean, the aim is to climb up the table and to play, like I said, play at Old Trafford and get a result here will give us the world of confidence, and we'll take on to the next game against Brighton. I mean, we have to stay focused and stay balanced. We can't get too high, even though of course, we're going to be feeling high, like you said, breaking a record. But we have to dust down and go again.
Why not? Alex, well done today.
Cheers, thank you.
Alex Iwobi, who scored the winning goal for Fulham, their first win at Old Trafford for 21 years. Let's go back to the match action itself. There was a controversial incident here for Harry Maguire picking up a yellow card. Should it have been a bit more than a yellow? What do we think?
I thought he was lucky for it to only be a yellow. I know people are saying it's just on top of the foot, but for me it's about the ankle, and that's serious injury there. So for me, I think he's quite lucky that it's only a yellow. That angle there, look at his ankle, it's late. There's no contact on the ball. And his ankle, for me, Bucci, he's very, very lucky.
Yeah. He looks out of control for me. So for 100% it's a red card. I know it's boot on boot, but if you look at his ankle, he rolls it, dangerous. For me, it's a red.
Yeah. For United, how disappointing is it not to be able now to have picked up on what was a decent run of form of late?
Yeah, you get yourself into the position to, really push for that top four. And that performance today just didn't show up. And because, maybe we didn't have Højlund, but it was just disappointing. They had enough quality on that pitch, and it was just too individual, and the tempo wasn't there. So, and with Aston Villa winning as well, it's just now the gulf's too big.
Yeah. Well, let's get some post-match reaction, shall we, on that defeat for United. Let's hear from the man we've just been talking about, Harry Maguire.
I guess that's a really tough one to take, but overall on the balance of play, do you feel he did enough?
Not for the first 60 minutes or so. We started the game not great. I mean, the first half was pretty even. We had chances, few chances. They had a few, mainly from set plays. But when you're not playing at your best and things aren't going quite right for you, you've got to do the basics well, and defending set plays is part of that. And we knew at half time the cause of the threat in that area, and they've gone and scored early on in the second half from what we knew. So disappointing on that aspect, and then to find yourself a goal behind, I felt the reaction was brilliant for the last 30 minutes. Even when we equalised, there was probably only one team that was going to go on to win the game, but was probably a little bit naive in the end by throwing too many bodies forward and getting done on a counter attack in the end, and very disappointing.
Interestingly, he speaks about naivety, committing too many forward.
Yeah, of course, they're at home against Fulham. They're trying to get all 3 points. But I just said that, I just think from a defensive perspective, they've brought in Adama Traore. His one attribute is pace. And the fact he can just steamroll through them. And it weren't the first time he could have done it if the pass had been right. But yeah, they did show a bit of naivety, but I get it. They're chasing the game. They're in good form. They're expected to win this game. They don't. But again, you've got to credit Fulham. Took their chances when they came, and they leave with 3 points.
Thoughts on the Manchester United versus Fulham match? Manchester United have been on fine form lately. Since the draw with Spurs on the 14th of January, United have had 4 straight wins. Their striker Højlund scores in all games for them, although he did not play today due to injury. Fulham, who are 12th in the Premier League table at the start of the match, are on an okay run. After they surprisingly beat Arsenal on the last day of 2023, they have had 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 win. The first half, although ball possession was split in the middle, the visitors had more chances. Fulham played very aggressive football with pace, threatening to break through a number of times. Iwobi had a couple of good chances. Muniz had a cracking chance in the end of the half when he turned and shoot only to hit the woodwork. Manchester United looked more lethargic and slow. Maguire's challenge on Lukic's got yellow card, which could have been red. The challenge of the boot stamp on the ankle does not look good. They get away with it. Dalot did hit the post from 20 yards. The second half carried on similar fashion regarding possession and chances till the 65th minute when Fulham's Calvin Bassey scored for the visitors. United huffed and puffed towards the end of the regulation time, eventually ending in a goal for Harry Maguire in the 89th minute. There are 9 minutes of extra time. In the 90th plus 7 minutes, Iwobi struck home the goal for a 2-1 win in favour of Fulham FC.